the web that connects us is the pipelines. So there is a direct connection between those of us who live in the Pennsylvania woods and those of you who live in New York City and use gas. My name is Barb Jarmoska, and we are here in Gamble Township, Lycoming County, atop what has been called the Bullseye of the Marcellus Shale. The fracking boom hit in 2010, and it has forever changed the landscape and the lifestyle and the sense of place that those of us held dear and still do who have been here for a number of decades. It has industrialized the woods. It's industrialized the farm fields. And let me explain, first of all, where they are gathering gas from. We are sitting here creekside in a deep valley, and the slopes rise quite precipitously. After this little plateau where I live, the mountainsides get very steep, and then they plateau at the top. So PGE has leased land on both of the plateaus on either side of this creek on the tops of the mountains. And what they want to do is connect their gas wells on the east to their gas wells on the west with a gathering line. Gathering line is a line that transports fracked methane gas from the wellhead where it is gathered to an existing pipeline that is known as a transmission line. If approved, the gathering line that PGE wants to build would connect the methane from their fracked wells on the mountains here to the Williams Transco line, which is only about 4 miles down the road.
The Williams Transco pipeline, which crosses Pennsylvania and actually brings gas into New York City. You know, as somebody who's on the other end of these pipelines in Pennsylvania, you know, do you have any kind of message to people in New York or other places who are using this gas?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for your fight. We are in this together. We are at a turning point, and because this investment in methane infrastructure, in fracked gas, is not going to be for several years. It's going to be for another 40 or 50 years until these pipelines and these gas-fired power plants and the other things that they are trying to do to increase demand for methane gas are going to be around for way longer than the climate can bear their presence. And the amount of leaking methane all along this process, from the wellhead to the end user, is way more than the industry is claiming. Methane does not exist as a pure, volatile, organic compound that comes up without its cousins. So we are getting volatile or organic compounds, VOCs, that are far more toxic than the methane that go along for the ride. And the exposure to these VOCs are the benzene, the toluene, the ethylene, those products have all kinds of health risks. So we have cancers, childhood cancers, adult cancers, heart disease, respiratory diseases, premature births, birth defects. The list goes on and on and on, and because of exposure. The creek curves, and so the mountain curves, but you can actually see where the pipeline would be from here.